Hello, this is Parker Cole. I'm showing my database project, Project 1, with a GUI. It's about check-in transactions. Just real quick before I start, I want to do a quick walkover of the code. This is the initial launcher. It creates an instance of the login screen, and then right here is just a helper class. It's very simple, just tools to help me. There's tools that help check if things exist, automatically upload. I don't really like working with SQL commands. String building and escapes are annoying. This is the connection. This connection right here is passed through all the children, and it's the only connection ever made to the server. And then there's a couple of try and do while loops to reestablish it if it's missing. This is the dashboard code. It has a couple of other helper functions. Some of them automatically filled up the SQL table so that I have an example. And everything else is pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to launch the code now. Just the way that WinForms looked, it reminded me of those early 2000s, really old applications, so that's what I kind of styled this whole thing on. It looks cheesy, but it's on purpose. Alright, so this is our database. Right here it's visually representing everything in suppliers. Rather than having a main menu and then a bunch of buttons that you navigate, I decided to just have toggles right here, so here's all the PO lines. The search bar right here, you can search by any of these values in the cells. So let's say I wanted to look up supplier number 50. I would type 50, search, there it is. It works for quantity available. If I wanted to know that there is 6 of something, for some reason, I click search, then it pulled up right there. That happens to also be the product number. And that's about it. It does use 2 uppers, so you can do name 0, and it should still pull up. Now, if we want to add anything, you just go to Tools, Add New, and then you select what you want to add. Let's add a product. The reason why I've also decided to just have one big window than a bunch of small windows is that you can still browse and see, like, for me, I want to know what unique product numbers are already taken. So I want to give it, let's say, 51. Oh, nope, that's suppliers. 50. The product name, Windex. Product type, cleaner. And let's say that there is 30. Now I'm going to add the product, and then we scroll down to 50. There it is. It gets a bit more complicated when we get to purchase orders in the PO line. So for purchase orders, same as usual. Let's make a new purchase order. Let's call it purchase order 6. All of these do have error messages if you type in the wrong thing, by the way. But so for the date, let's just go to, I don't know, May 25th, 2021. And then supplier number, we do need a real supplier. It does check. So let's say we got it from McDonald's. Yeah, we purchased something from McDonald's. Over there, still works properly. There's all the purchases from McDonald's. I did one also for testing. But then PO lines. You need to have a product order number, or a purchase order that's already valid. So let's elaborate on 51. There is a function that can do both of these at the same time. I didn't know for the example if we wanted to string them together or not, but let's say for this, what did we purchase from McDonald's? We purchased Windex, sure. Oh, my bad, that's not a primary key. There we go. And then the quantity, sure, we bought their whole stock of Windex. Alright, there it is. Product PO_num quantity. And I believe for the last thing I just want to show off would be, let's say I'm adding a supplier. Let's do 100. And let's throw in a letter S there, give it an error. I'm really hoping that this works because that would be pretty bad if not. Alright, add supplier, error, invalid supplier number. So let's give it something that already does exist, like 50. And we still have that error. It'll close when it's successful, and it should give a message. So now let's do 51, add supplier, and oh, I lost it. 51, here we go. Alright, and that pretty much sums it up. The rest of the documentation in the code explains how and why I did stuff. I pretty much operated off of the CS files of these things, so the you just double click on the design and then I just made all the events and the handlers.